Hey guys, it's Chris. I grew my startup from zero to $823 in total revenue, as well as $568 in monthly recurring revenue in just 71 days. And today I'm sharing everything I've learned along the way so you can do the same. One quick disclaimer, I'm not a professional marketer. This is also the first time I'm doing all of this, so I'm sure I've made some mistakes and I'll continue to do so. But I think it will still be helpful to some of you to hear my experience. So step one for me was to create a product that's targeted towards indie hackers like me. Actually, I've had quite a few products in the past, as you can see in my last video, and some of them were targeted at brick and mortar stores and different kinds of businesses that I didn't actually know too much about. And now that I'm working for indie hackers, this is like a target group I understand because I'm an indie hacker myself, and it's worked out quite well for me. You know, there's a lot of different markets that you can build for, and lots of people make a lot of money in different areas. But for me, indie hackers, these are the people I understand, and it was my breakthrough to build something for people like myself. I've seen online that some people don't really advise building for indie hackers because the market is also quite saturated, but that's why I said in the beginning, this is my experience, this is what worked for me, and you can go and figure out what works for you. Step two for me was to align my incentives with my customers. So as a launch platform, my goal is to get a lot of people onto the platform to launch their product. And actually my customer's goal is to get some eyeballs, to get attention for their own product. So it actually fits quite well. If they do what I want them to do, they in turn get their attention if they put a little bit of effort into their launch. So I think that one worked out quite well. One other side note I wanted to mention is that I didn't really validate my idea before I launched it. But that's just because this kind of launch platform is not a new concept. There's actually quite a few of them out there. So I already knew that it's like a proven concept. So I didn't feel like I had to validate it especially. But yeah, just make sure that you don't spend 3 months working on an idea in silence. If it's not proven yet, just to realize that nobody really cares about your idea. So either do something that other people have already successfully done, or try to validate first if it's really something people might be interested in. Yeah, a lot of people say don't just start building, validate it first. One caveat for me is that especially with AI now, you can build your own product so fast. You can like push out your MVP in a few days actually. So for Tiny Launch, it took me just like 3 days to build the first version and let people use it. So for me, it wasn't really necessary to validate that idea beforehand. And I could just see after those 3 days if people are interested in using it. But if you think it's a little bit more complex what you're building, then definitely spend some time to validate it first, to not waste months of your life in case it's not the thing that people are looking for. Yeah, once my MVP was out, the third step for me was to actually reach out to users. One feature I used was in X Premium Plus, I think. You can get this X Radar where you can search for some keywords and you can see related tweets. So actually, I just looked up people promoting their product hunt launches, which are, of course, people who might be interested in also launching on a different launch platform. So I reached out to them and asked them, hey, why don't you try my Tiny Launch? And actually, quite a few of them did. So that's how I got my first customers, and I could get some feedback on what to improve and just see that people are actually willing to spend the time to launch on my platform. And I also regularly updated people on the development process, which also made some people check out my platform. Step 4 for me was to incentivize my users to actually use my platform. So I designed a badge that people who rank highly in the competition can put on their landing page for some social proof. And I also allow them to get a do follow backlink to their page. to increase their domain rating. So there's already two things that they get, and it worked quite well to make people launch on my platform. And the most important thing for me was to have the system of exchanging backlinks, which means if they want to get the backlink from Tiny Launch, they also have to embed the badge on their own website, on their landing page, and link to Tiny Launch with a do-follow backlink. So it's like a mutually beneficial thing. And over time, because so many products were launched on my platform, my domain rating kept growing. And over time, of course, if the domain rating keeps growing, it seems like it's more worth people's time to actually launch on my platform. So over time, more and more people got interested in launching with Tiny Launch. And actually, people just started promoting Tiny Launch for me, all on their own. Because of course, if they get more upvotes, they rank highly and they get more attention. So they would just on their own start promoting their launches to their own platform, maybe on X or some other social media platforms, and say, hey, can you give me an upvote? So just because of that, more people found out about Tiny Launch and thought maybe I should launch my own product on my platform. So it was kind of starting to gain some traction all on its own. And that whole thing kept repeating. Like one person promotes, so one person sees it and launches their own product, and then they promote it. And so it keeps growing from there. So if you can find that kind of positive feedback loop in your startup, that would be really good, I think. Step 6 is, in my opinion, the most important thing you can do, which is share your wins. For me, I found a community with a built-in public community on X, where we can share what did we build in the last week, what's new, wins, fails, and all that kind of thing. And for me, if I got like a lot of launches or anything else noteworthy happened, I just posted about it, which is kind of my win. And people are happy for you, so they give you attention, they write a comment, they upvote, more people see it through the algorithm. And this is the second positive feedback loop. If you get a lot of attention on X, then more people see your product. So more people launch on it, which is another win, which you can post about. So more people find out about you, more people launch on it, and it keeps growing. And this is the main way I was able to grow my platform and also my following on X. So now it was time for step 7, which is actually monetization. So I got a lot of regular launches by this time. So it was time to actually make some money with my product. So I started offering some ad space on my landing page. So people could pay me some money to be at the top of the landing page and hopefully get some clicks for their own products. And I also started implementing premium launches, which is where you spend some money to not have to wait to launch, because now there's so many people launching, I have to kind of limit it, and the wait can get a little bit longer. So people can pay me some money to launch right away, and also for some further benefits, like maybe a badge that says premium for some more visibility and that kind of stuff. So that's how I monetized my platform up until now. Actually, I also started a newsletter where once a week I share what's new on the platform, who won, or maybe some products that I myself found quite cool. And I also share a tweet that was helpful or interesting to me. And yeah, people can sponsor that newsletter as well. I've so far sent 2 issues and it's worked quite well, and I'll keep doing that. So that's like the 3rd revenue stream for Tiny Launch. And for me, the reason it's worked quite well is because Tiny Launch is a freemium model. So people can use it 100% totally for free, no questions asked. But if you want to get a little bit of a better experience or something more out of Tiny Launch, you can pay me a little bit of money. And yeah, that's how I make money with Tiny Launch. So step 8 is actually just step 6, part 2, which is again, I have to say this again, you have to share your wins online somehow. I say this again because it's so important, especially after I monetized my platform and I got some revenue, I started sharing these wins. And if you share like a screenshot of like your Stripe revenue with some words of how happy you are about it or something, these are the posts that do the best for me. So I keep sharing when I got some wins, or like somebody bought a premium launch or something. And this is again really this positive feedback loop that you need in your business. Somebody buys a premium launch, I post about it, the post goes viral, so many more people find out about Tiny Launch, they check it out, and a small percentage of them, again, pay me more money, and I can post about that. So yeah, I really wanted to just mention that again because it's so important. So step 9 is very simple. Just listen to the feedback you get. Keep improving, keep asking your users, what could I do better? And just implement, move fast, and make the platform like a joy to use. And you don't need to have everything working 100% perfectly in the beginning. It's just an MVP, but once you found some traction, just spend the time and make it a great experience for your users. And the last step, step 10, is just to keep it going forever. Once you found a little bit of traction, just keep it going, build some systems to help you out, to lower the workload if there's anything you have to do regularly. And yeah, just keep it going, keep posting about it. If it's getting a little bit slow, don't worry about it, things will pick up again. Just don't give up completely. Even if you work on some other stuff on the side, that's completely fine. But keep it running, give your users the option to keep giving you money. With Tiny Launch, in between, things slowed down quite a bit, and I was like, okay, didn't work out so well, maybe I should start working on the next product. But I just kept it running, and I posted a little bit about it, and suddenly it completely picked up and everything changed, and I don't even know exactly what happened, but I just gave myself that chance by not completely shutting it down. And I kept going, and now I'm so glad I did. You know, you don't need to like keep spending all of your time on this, but as long as you have the opportunity, you might get lucky at some point. So just keep it running. And last but not least, I have a little bonus point, which is even if things don't work out in the end, you still posted about it. Some people got to know you, you got some new followers, you're growing your personal brand. And that's what matters in the end, because nobody's going to take these followers away from you again. And you also learned a bunch. So it's never going to be as hard as it was this time. Next time, you're going to have more followers, more eyeballs, more skills, and it's going to work out better. And if the second one doesn't succeed, you can always do your third one. I think I'm at number like 6, 7, or 8 now. And finally, I got some revenue. So just don't give up. Just keep going. Share your wins, grow your personal brand, and if you keep going, I'm sure you're gonna be successful. Yeah, so that's everything I've learned on my journey from 0 to over $500 in monthly recurring revenue. I actually never thought I'd get this far. My first job I ever got, I actually got less money than I now earn with indie hacking. So I hope to keep this up, and I hope I inspired some of you to start on your journey or to not give up. And yeah, see you in the next one.